been in teaching field since last 8 years. I'm doing this teaching work in all the subjects like design process, drafting, construction, every subject I've taken, even the diploma course plus the degree course that I have taken. As in the profile you can see.
Recording तो हो गई ना पहले, आप continue करिए.
Since past 8 years, I have taken diploma plus degree both the courses in various institutes, as been mentioned. Okay. Apart from this, today I am starting with my lights and textures topic.
What was your Shweta last college or you were
Design zone.
Design zone.
Yeah. It was in Patel Nagar plus Defence Colony. Patel Nagar it has recently opened, and Defence Colony it was working as CAD center.
Okay, so you were working there. You were
Yes,
still working? Or
no, ma'am, I have left the job over there, and I'm in modular kitchen industry as a freelancer. Plus,
Okay.
I have begun my work as Vastu consultant.
Okay.
Shall we start?
Yeah.
Lighting. Can anyone tell me what a lighting is according to them? It's generally the white light or the yellow light which everyone hears over there, or a thing or a medium through which we can study, we can see, we can judge ourselves. But can you explain something? If a room is given to you to go through this pathway without lights, will you be able to explore yourself or even the way? I guess no. So the importance of lights can be seen even through the pictures, what a human being needs a lighting as. It's not only the yellow light, the white light or the orange light, say the colorful lights, that is lighting. Even the plain light here we are sitting under is the main important part that we all should know. What we should know is not the name, not the features, not the size. The thing is the proportion that we need over here for even a single person or the area full of people. This is very important. So the same we are talking about regarding in various types of lighting. Types of lighting is not just on scientific basis as in what the model is, the LED, the LCD or the natural or the artificial lighting that we are going through. Natural lighting is as important as we hold in artificial lighting. This is probably because a human being is made of natural elements, the 5 elements which we derive today from natural part only. By sitting just in front of the window gives you the energy that provides you the same work as you sit in the artificial lighting. We generally sit in a coffee area. Why? Because we need some hot coffee with some cold elements, with the cold environment. The lighting there attracts you to go there. And if I tell you to go in an open area just to, just have a hot coffee, hot tea, but you won't sit relaxed. So it all depends on your mood board that we were discussing right now for the fashion. Same comes for the interior part also, that the designers have to think for whether we have to create an element more for artificial lighting or more for natural lighting, or prepare a combination together for a residential part or to the commercial part we are working today in. Apart from this, what are the various forms of artificial lighting? Can just a bulb, a light can make you give an artificial lighting complete satisfaction that you are getting outside? I guess no. So there are various forms of lighting that we have to consider, both in the indoor lighting and the outdoor part. Indoor lighting is main important as your outdoor lightings, because at times it happens with a person to sit or party outside, that there the light is very important even when the sunshine is there hard. Because not only in the dark part we need lights, also in the sunshine part we need lights. What all these lights are all about? There are various types of indoor lighting. Types as in, you have general lighting for which you need the lights just to pick up a utensil, pick up a furniture or shift some parts, that you need a general lighting. It can be in many forms. It can be a huge chandelier that you use or a small bulb that can give you the same general lighting task. Apart from this, The task lighting is very important these days, as we all work on computers, laptops, where we engage ourselves to be completely on the monitor screen and hanger our eyes. For this, task lighting is very important to consider your color, your the angle and the height of the part we are working on. This is generally important as it is also related to the reading element. Reading is a part that in India or say the worldwide is a hobby for everyone. Not for a 5-year student has to go through the books of biology, chemistry, but a business person also goes through the files through which a proper lighting is very important. Apart from this, the house looks good when an accent lighting comes up. Accent lighting is same that we use chandeliers, big standing lights that are kept in the sides, or the aquariums are filled with the lighting elements. That calls your accent lighting. The words are heavy, but the meaning, the thing that we all have gone through is the regular one that we daily see. Here also in this room also you see all that elements, but the names are very heavy that we are going through. For an interior designer, this name gesture is very important, because when two designers are relating to some part, some area, they are not going to speak as in only a bulb. They will be talking about the practical element also, like what is the cost, what is the price, the availability. All that has to be seen by the designer to completely come on the cost estimation sheet. So this is very important to classify what are the different methods of lighting. Being sitting in an indoor or an outdoor, it is very important to know all these names. The first important part is your uplighters. Generally in a party hall, the moving area, the open hotels that we see is generally uplighters to focus something. The pictures are hanging over here. If no chandeliers, no simple lighters there, you can use simple uplighters in color form to give a more gesture or elegant look to that photograph, to attract the attention of the passer or the people who are sitting over in the hall. These days these uplighters are very costly going on, but the brands are coming up, the brands are rising into which the costs are just going up and down. Fine. Similarly, the presentation is very important for an uplighter, because we can't always take a particular brand or particular model and just apply in a regular line. These are very bad form of designing. Same here comes the designer works to this uplighters, that he has to decide whether a person is sitting in the corner, he needs an uplighter at a 10 feet height or a 5 feet area. Second important is the reverse of the uplighters is your downlighters. Downlighters generally near a surface area where you sit view in an open, in a garden where the waterfall is coming up. Generally we focus these downlighters. Downlighters are not only these part also only that I have discussed, it's also the tube light that we are using is a downlighter form. The thing is that where we are using it, what is the part of the application we are using it. It's circular, it's tabular, or how is it going to be used. This is the main thing. Apart from this, the light not only comes from up and down, it also comes from front. As it's coming right now, it's a camera, the light is focusing on. If there is no light, you'll not be able to see the picture. That's why the position and the height is very important for an uplighter to be placed. If I am standing here, the light is falling on me, the reflection will be coming down. You will not be able to see the background nor correctly where I am standing and what are my gestures. That's why the angle proportion is very important. Generally, it's taken for a normal human being. If the proportions are right, 45 degree is right. Apart from this, that depends on the human proportion also. If I'm wider in chest or I'm very narrow, then the angle may vary to 90 or to 80 also. Fine. This is very important. That's why we use front lighters through experts only. Because not every single human being can buy the uplighter and then apply and then use it. Just to take in mind 45 degree and he will measure it and do. Experience speaks out as to how much location he has to work on. Apart from this, The variety was talked about, that there are front, back and the downlighters, but someone has ever thought that still the name has not come, as in the chandeliers, the accent lighting, the bulbs with the filament LEDs that is coming, that is still not been mentioned in the slide right now, because that word comes with the variations amongst the same three category: the front, the uplighter and the downlighter. Same three category, all those variations run on, where we use the colorful light, where we use the water light, etc. Now these highlighters, as we have discussed, it can be the downlighter, the front.
Shweta, sorry to interrupt. Can we just go through fast with your presentation?
Sure.
We have understood how well you can speak and how well you can communicate.
Sure.
And then we'll have little question answers.
These are the highlighters, the garden lighting, which is very important, working both in uplighting and the downlighting form. Water lighting and your cove lighting, which is very important. Amongst the same variation, there are various models that are running on, that are known as with your lamps, your downlighters, which can be your chandeliers, which can be up and down as required by the area. LED lights, which are recently coming up, used amongst the generally it was used in the outside lighting, but later on it's been increasing in the inside lighting, inside the hotel rooms also, and the near the aquariums also, which is being used as the highlighting work. Apart from this, the track lighters, as we all must have seen, the generally fashion shows are organized, or we have to focus on someone's walking around. The track lighters are kept on. Apart from it, the word track doesn't mean only in the way, it also stands where we have to focus on something. Properly on the particular task. If a mannequin is standing here, if I'm not able to hand something, I can use the track lighting. Wall washers, these are very important elements. If someone is not able to have the wallpapers adjust, they can come up only with colors without any textures through wall washers. These are very expensive and can be adjusted according to the need. Pendant lights are a form of your chandeliers only, depending just because of the height. Decorative part, the lights is the part of your fluorescent lighting only that will come up. It's just the textures and the size is varying.
From your resume, I understand that Shweta, you have been a CAD teacher.
Yes, ma'am.
But here you were talking about, say, lighting. So, how good are you with AutoCAD and CorelDRAW?
Ma'am, AutoCAD is my basic computer subject. It has been. I'm still working in modular kitchen industry, where I need 2D drawings, 3D drawings, in which I have to prepare these drawings myself only. So I can show you some hard copies.
But will you be able to teach it to the students?
Yes, ma'am. In CAD Center, I have taken AutoCAD as my first subject.
Okay, and do you know 3ds Max also?
Ma'am, I know that subject. I work on it, but for teaching part, I have not mentioned it over there, because teaching, I don't take Max. It's very, time consuming, and the money proportions are varying according to the same.
CorelDRAW, yes.
If you want to see, I can show my hard copies if you have. Design is very important, because when you have taken out the points where I want something, I want here to sit, I want here to write, then you can decide what kind of model do you want, a circular table, a rectangular table, or you want some new design to come up with the area provided to you.
So does concept of, like the way one of the candidates were talking about how you make a mood board and how do you develop a concept. Do you in interior also develop a concept for furniture or maybe a layout or something?
Furniture with layout.
Ma'am, being a designer, it all comes from where the inspiration is going to be. If a client wants some art, today the client is not a man which is walking on the road. He is much coming up with the ideas much greater than the designer. They first know from where they should pick up the things. They generally come up with the thing, I want something related to the Humayun tomb. Then we have to focus first on the Humayun tomb. the colors, the part, and then we have to get the things done. It depends whether we create a mood board in A3 size, A4 size, or through pictures we are able to explain. That depends on the designer, what all qualities that he or she
So how
has.
would you develop a concept if your inspiration is the Mayu tone?
See, if the
And you have
inspiration-
to make a piece of chair.
See, if the inspiration is my Humayun tone, my entire focus related from starting will be Humayun tone. First, the elements that I have to pick up. It should be a stone one, a wood one, or I want a jute one. That will be starting from the Humayun tone. What things inspire me, as that girl was explaining, from where the anger is coming up, from the anger, from what all rusty, bubbling things are coming. Likewise, the Humayun arc is explaining me something related to the backside, so I can develop an arc with a Humayun curve. If a pen is there,
No, we are understanding.
from that
Yeah.
Humayun curve, we can have a back. For the sitting element, if I see the main part of the Humayun tomb from where you enter to the door, the first focus on the wall can give you the idea to make a curve or a circle to sit to get a Humayun tomb, so that the person who is entering can say this is a Humayun tomb inspirational chair. The colors that we pick on, if I take the material like stone, it will speak of the colors. I will not need to have any fabric.
But stone you would use in a chair.
Of course, we can use in a chair. The marble is the best example. Taj Mahal is the best example to see the setting elements.
No, but why can't we think of developing or having a fabric which looks like that?
Developing
why,
a fibre.
why go it would be so difficult to pick up that chair and move it around.
Ma'am, if a person is giving me 1 lakh rupees for the chair, then I should be giving him something that will be speaking of
No,
himself.
but here we are not talking about money. We are just talking about if you have to create a chair.
Create
so
a
would
chair.
you not look at
Options can be put in. If he wants to move in the chair, he wants to take it easily, we can give him the base made of wood and a stone piece kept on the chair part, and rest the back and the down part can be taken off steel also, the wrought iron, and then can be hanged with the stone. If the stone is secondary option related to your pocket, then the thing will come on fabric or the glass.
Shweta, I just want to ask, as you just took the example of the Humayun tomb, right? You just took that element from here and put it in your chair. So is that what you understand by inspiration?
Inspiration, the thing is the idea that I understand through. The colors inspire me to take stone because the stone is reflecting the same element, or is it the shape that is inspiring me to take on the backside has to be curved?
Yeah, but then how, according to me, if I say it is imitation, you have seen that particular thing and you have put it in the chair, literal and lateral we were talking about. So
here the
how do you
difference
justify that that's an inspiration? You've just taken out elements from there and put it in your chair.
Here the same thing comes, what we call a designer and a decorator. If I am taking a thing from there and putting just to put it there, I am imitating a thing, I am decorating some element of it.
But that is what you said.
And secondly, the designer, I am picking one point that the color is giving me a rusty look, so I should take stone. That thing was not written on the same element, gave me the inspiration that stone will speak of. As in, someone will be seeing and saying this is a ancestral kind of a
But
chair.
then tombs, if we talk about it, tomb, yes, it is not very smooth. But when we talk about marble, it is very smooth.
Tomb
right.
is completely made of stone. You
Stone,
know,
but
stone,
then
rough
not
stone.
marble.
Not marble.
Not
That-
marble, that is what I'm saying, na? The color
So
inspired
if
me.
I am a designer, I would just go by the kind of texture. You can never get the texture in stone for sitting.
Ma'am, we can, because these days the technology is advancing. The thing which we are running on stone, ताज महल वाला stone आप नहीं देख सकते अभी कहीं, क्योंकि वो तो पूरा हमारा आउट ऑफ इंडिया आया था. लेकिन अब सेम स्टोन से आपके छोटे छोटे ताजमहल के जो है मूड बन रहे हैं.
You're not
Stone
getting my
may-
point. You said that rusty look inspired you to use
A stone.
a
Stone
which is
also
marble.
which is marble. So I just want to relate. When I look at the tomb, it has a rough texture. It is made of stone, and that stone has a rough texture.
rough
If
texture.
I give that texture, I cannot use that texture with a stone for the purpose of sitting,
Ma'am,
right?
that Humayun tomb was just taken as an inspiration to make me inspired to take which element as my basic material. That's why that rusty looks was taken to inspire me to take stone. And on that stone, I am not imitating the whole color, the texture. I am not creating the holes to tell you that I am just copied the Humayun tomb arc.
Alright. Okay, Shweta, so your subjects?